If you want to be a successful nutrition coach, you're going to need to get clients, which means learning how to market your services, learning how to sell your services. On the marketing front, the process, the strategies, the philosophy, they're constantly evolving. Thinking back 2 years ago, everything we did on Instagram was like these, all of a sudden shorter videos became more popular. The reels, people were doing voiceover stuff. That's essentially all we did. Now it's like B-roll style with text up on the screen. Like everything changes. The trends change all the time. There's been two big things within the marketing of my own business that I've changed literally in the last week to evolve and stay current and just maximize the process. And I want to share them with you today because I definitely think we're going to see more and more of it. And these are the type of things that will keep you engaged, but also may prevent you from getting paying nutrition clients if you don't know about them. So I wanted to share that with you. If you're looking to get into nutrition coaching, though, before we go too far, if you haven't checked out my completely free 3-day quick start challenge, you should definitely do that. It gives you everything you need to get started. I'll drop the link in the chat here. And as you come in, if you had any questions about the challenge, for sure, hit me with them. But if you have any questions about how to market your business, how to get clients, how to show up online, any of those things, let me know in the chat and I'd be happy to answer them here on the live stream. A couple things I'm noticing though. Number one, hashtags and the use of hashtags on different social media platforms. Hashtags for the longest time, you would put, obviously a hashtag on a piece of content with a topic, keyword, something along those lines. And that would, for the social media algorithm, categorize where to put it, where to place things. Those seem to be broadly across all social media platforms, no longer necessary. And it's because the algorithms have got so good at assessing keywords through what you say. YouTube would be a great example. You really don't have to write much in the description anymore because it'll analyze, just like everything's doing with AI and transcripts and all that stuff, exactly what you say. And over time, it learns where to put you and where to push you and that kind of stuff. These social media platforms are essentially listening to you, assessing what you write, assessing what text is up on the screen, and pulling out keywords that could be relevant to where it wants to place you, where it wants to push things, where it wants to show your content. And that's the most important thing. You'll see in the last week on my social media content, if you follow me on Instagram and follow some of those, the reels and posts I'm doing, I'm no longer using hashtags. I'm just putting a bunch of keywords at the end of the caption, as well as, putting them up on the screen, that kind of thing, so that Instagram knows where to put me. And the biggest thing being, anytime I make a decision like this, anytime I make a decision in my business or an action in my business, I'm always thinking, what I'm going to do. First of all, action is the most important thing. You got to do things. So don't let, analyzing this stuff prevent you from doing things. That's important too. But just thinking, is what I'm doing going to help me? And is what am I doing for my business? Could it potentially hurt me? And at this point, the use of hashtags might actually be impacting things negatively as opposed to using them. So at this point, I'm no longer using them. You probably don't need to use them either, to be completely honest. But making sure that you're using relevant keywords, writing about them, making your videos about them, because that's what people are interested in, right? Remember how these social media algorithms work. The more they can present content that's going to keep you on the app, that's going to be better for the app. And that's the goal of the app. So by talking about things, by using those words, they're going to put you in those places and your stuff is going to be seen more is the biggest thing. So keywords, not hashtags. You don't need to use them anymore. The second one, if you're doing any email marketing, I noticed over the last week, the open rates of my video or my emails just, I wouldn't say completely tank, but like drop off 10%. Typically my open rates are between 40 to 45%. Quite high. I got an engaged list. You guys talk to me all the time. You reply back. I sell things without a doubt, but it's not spammy by any means. There's tons of value there, but I saw my emails dropping down, and that's because, and I noticed this myself with my own emails, they're going to the promotions folder on Gmail instead of the primary inbox. And that's because next week with Black Friday, Google has made some changes to their email service to push more of the stuff that people may not want into the promotions tab as opposed to the primary tab. Things that are changing in terms of emails that are longer, shorter subject lines, things that they're picking up that, again, it's just like the social media platforms in terms of where they're deciding where to put you and where it's organizing you. If it picks up on something that's way too salesy or has too many links or is constantly selling something, it's just going to put in the promotions tab because they want people to keep, even this is even for stuff you signed up for. They want people to keep using the service, right? They want people to keep using Gmail so they can do a better job of keeping you less distracted. They're going to, and they've decided that. So I actually sent out an email about this live and what I was going to do, and I didn't include any links, and it went to the primary folder. So new strategies going into place, adjusting to the changes, and that's what makes, I don't want to say, nutrition coaching a sport, but everyone's in the same playing field, and we all need to adapt and evolve to continue to grow. And there's going to be things about your strategies that are constantly evolving and constantly changing, and you just got to stick with it and play the game, and good things will happen. So those are a few things that I'm changing on my front. If you guys have any questions or things I'm noticing as well, if you have any questions about this process in your own business or what you're seeing, hit me with them. I'm going to hang out for a bit and answer some questions. I know I had some replies back to the email I sent out about this process. I had a question back from Jody. And if Jody, you're watching this, amazing. I'm going to answer here. What's the best verbiage to use when sending out an initial email to a potential client? I like being short and to the point. The biggest thing with, depending on what the client wants, and if they know you're going to contact them and they're expecting some contact with you, I would always try to keep what you're talking to them about, obviously in language they can understand and not making it too technical and that type of thing. But additionally, always relate it back to the thing that they want. And that's what's going to keep them engaged and talking to you and seeing why it's in their best interest continue to foster that relationship. So if someone said, they told me I want to lose 10 pounds by Christmas, I wouldn't say, hey, are you still interested in nutrition coaching? I would say, hey, are you still interested in losing 10 pounds by Christmas? Hey, I have a new strategy that helped the client that's exactly in your situation. If you want to lose 10 pounds by Christmas, why don't you go fill this out and we'll go from there. Keep it short and sweet and to the point. That's going to work to your advantage because people are busy and people don't have tons of time. But always make it about the thing that they want. And that's just going to get you better results. Not presenting things that they don't want either, because that'll just distract them and confuse them and that kind of thing. Those are my thoughts on that. If anyone else has any other questions, by all means, let me know. And if you're watching the replay and if you have any questions about hashtags, email deliverability, and if you're doing some email marketing, drop them in the comments and I'll make sure to circle back and get to them. As well as if you haven't yet checked out our 3-day quick start challenge, it's amazing. 500 coaches that went down this path with us. Great results. People are saying that they got more out of the 3 days than they did in the previous few years of their business. The coolest thing. So go to that first link in the description, check it out, get instant access and go through the actual challenge, and good things will happen. Outside of that, if there's anything else, guys, let me know. I love spending some time with you on these office hours. So chat soon and we'll go from there. Okay, bye.